Ghazala Khan is a mother. Her and her husband, who are both Muslim immigrants, gave a very moving speech this past week in Philadelphia at the DNC. The essence of their story was that their son, who was also a Muslim immigrant, came to the United States and served in the Iraq War in 2004 and was killed as a result of a car bombing. So obviously, this message was amazing for the left, and the right was very insulted by it because it proves that not only are Muslim immigrants not only not terrorists, but instead, some of them, believe it or not, seemingly preposterously, some of them actually go to the extent of serving their country and sacrificing their lives in so doing. Now, as with all good things, sooner or later Donald Trump came along and began insulting the family. He said, well, obviously this speech was symbolic of Muslim culture and how women are supposed to be subservient to men, because during the entire duration of the speech, the husband was the only one who spoke, and the wife just stood there next to him and didn't say anything. So it just proves this idea of subservience. But upon being interviewed, the wife actually said, no, my husband definitely allowed me to speak, but because I'm a human being and have emotions, I really wasn't ready to speak in front of all these people. And granted, I know that they write their speeches beforehand, so it wasn't some spontaneous decision, but that was actually the truth. But instead, Trump gets on his soapbox and starts saying these things that aren't even true. Now, I get that the right will say, and the Republican Party will say, well, sure, Trump has the right to say these things and insult the family, whatever, but okay, political correctness, yes, to an extent I agree that it's BS because we have freedom of speech, you can say whatever you want. But when Trump is running for the presidency, the leader of the free world, whatever he says and does, that will determine how the rest of the world sees our country. So do we really want a leader who's saying all these atrocious things? Because that will, again, determine how the rest of the world perceives us. But what's even more ironic in this whole story is that Trump is a draft dodger for the Vietnam War. He tried to get out of going to war. Also, he's insulted John McCain for being a prisoner of war in the past. And if he wants to reform the VA and care for soldiers better, then why is he insulting them? And granted, I'm anti-war. I'm not saying that war is a good thing by any stretch of the imagination, but just out of common courtesy, how can you insult someone who's gone through something that you have not? So anyway, those are my basic thoughts on this story, on Ghazala Khan and her family and this speech. Let me know your take in the comments below. Peace, love, and liberty. Andrew Demeter, signing out.